Good morning, friends. It's Clary Berry, of course. I'm here today to bring to you the general reading for, well, this is not going to be too soon, because really we don't have a lot of aspects for, that are kind of more, scaled back and for everyone this week. We do have a great grand air trine. So that's really kind of nice, and it's productive in a way that is reserved and kind of steady in a way, and kind of like baby steps. You have Mars in Libra, Saturn in Aquarius, and North Node in Gemini for this grand air trine, which is lasting from September 17th to September 28th. Okay, so this, I feel like, is kind of just like waiting. It's like you have that kind of waiting, patient for the right time. There's a reserved, like, it's not don't speak unless you're spoken to, but it's like I'm not going to speak unless I have something good to say. That kind of wisdom, that reserved Saturn and Aquarius, knowing how to do things, how to really practically do things, not just all of the idealism and kind of planning that we've been in. So this is a really good time. Again, things are going to be getting done during this trine. And I think that's going to be good for crypto. But again, you might see during this time, 17th to the 28th, more of like kind of baby steps, like all the twists and turns. Okay. Progress, definitely progress. And it's definitely, I think, going to add up there. So let's see. Also, towards the beginning of the month, we have Mercury opposite Chiron. And Mercury's in Libra. Chiron is in Aries. So this is, a lot of people talking. We've been saying that for a while now, but I mean, it's so true. If people were ever talking about crypto, they're talking about it now. This is also still some of that energy of, Mars and Libra. It's fairness, it's knowledge, it's wisdom, it's maybe having to be that judge, to be that to dole out that justice, and talking about issues of fairness here. And I think that really looking at some of the fairness, especially with crypto here, plays really, really, and rising from the ashes. Don't you love that? Like, as far as like the phoenix. All the judgment, all the projection, all of the FUD that's been put out there about Cardano, it's burned to the ground. And I would say Cardano, crypto in general. Sometimes my words get mixed up. Sorry about that. But, burning it all to the ground, kind of like we did with this dip. And now is when we are rising from the ashes. And this is about the altruistic side. This is about the deep side of crypto, like we always talk about, that we've been talking about. People have been more learning about how can it actually help in a practical way. Okay. And they're starting to learn, and we're starting to realize, and the cryptos are starting to show us what they can do. And it's really exciting. It's going to heal us. It really has the opportunity to heal us with these altruistic actions. Okay. That we can do. Again, you can take these readings for crypto, or you can take them for the general readings, but this is the energy that's going on. So we'll try to weave it in there with crypto at least. So we also have from September 9th to September 25th, we have the sun in Virgo, opposite Neptune and Pisces. So you have your practical side that wants to get everything done, but it's kind of squaring off with the it's opposing the, more imaginative side, that intuitive side, and somewhat that altruistic side that we kind of were talking about. It's kind of like at some point we start thinking about it as one or the other, well, we can help others or we can help ourselves, it's like, I think that's going to be just something to kind of work through. Okay. Came out on the floor. So, and it's going to help us to grow, actually, to kind of work through, I think, these issues again of, especially this really reminds me of Cardano here, your practical, Virgo side. And it's just like at odds with that, all that imagination, that, altruism. It's like, it doesn't, I think all in all, it's going to work out. But, yeah, there's definitely the issues there. Cause Cardano is like, to me, one of the most altruistic, cryptos that there is, yet you still have, it works, and it has that Virgo mentality. And that's one of the reasons why, you know, Cardano's doing so good in September. So we also have September 12th through October 10th. Mercury still, well, yes, it's at least still starting in Libra here, in conjunct, Neptune and Pisces. And this is still the talking. I mean, the talking is big, guys. Mercury in Libra is a big talker. And again, it's talking about issues such as fairness and humanity and, you know, what's fair, what's right, what's justice. And I think crypto is going to play right in perfectly, you know, almost as a savior. Not even almost, like truly helping people out, helping, you know, countries, helping societies. We've already seen that, and we're going to continue to have kind of the focus be on that aspect, especially as we get into Libra season, which of course the scales of justice and all of this, you know, balance and fairness. So Mercury and Libra, huge themes for September here. Mercury and Libra, let's see, we, you know, again, we're still kind of balancing out these issues with this Neptune and Pisces conjunct Mercury and Libra. And, you know, we're talking, it's just talking it up about those feelings about, you know, and the intuitive. And it really, again, it's sort of like the spirituality is really, it's like the collective psyche is growing here. It really is. Again, the ideas of fairness, what we thought before we knew, has now again kind of been burnt to the ground. There's no way we can believe that. There's no way we can go back to what we used to think. And as a society, thank goodness, because we need this, right? And some of this intuition, this Neptune and Pisces is really, I think, saving the day here, honestly, with these couple of aspects, but just being around as well. So it kind of helps us get to a place of fairness and justice, you know, in a way where it's like, it's broad. We're talking big changes that, again, it's going to be slow, gradual, you're not even going to realize, and then wow, the world is different. So there is, let's see, 12th through the 11th of October, Mercury in Libra, again, yes, notice the pattern, trine Jupiter and Aquarius. So now because of Jupiter energy, this is, of course, more talking, growing, fairness, discussions, very progressive, the dreamer, you know, like the visionary. This is where crypto comes in this time where we need it the most, you know, like literally, you know, the wisdom has come through and it's proven itself. Crypto in general has proven itself and is now, it's seen as a little bit more safer than it used to be, especially after this last dip, because that was really the first dip where, you know, everybody was paying attention because crypto really had gotten to a certain level of mass awareness, and we're still working on busting through. Bust is like this eggshell, you know, we're birthing, we're just busting through, and it takes a minute, you know, to get through there. So again, people talking right now, people are really excited. The excitement is growing, and the really, again, when you talk about all of this Virgo, you know, it's about the practicalities. It's about what can we actually build down on the ground floor? What can we actually do, you know, building off our subconsciouses here? And again, that healing comes through, these altruism. It's kind of in a way like, again, we talked about this with Cardano before, proving that, you know, like you want to do good things sometimes to be like, hey, you know, I am a good person, right? And it's like people are doing that. And it's making them feel really good. It's making them almost like that born again and that rebirth that we're kind of talking about here. So even the baby steps can really add up to some massive changes right now. So remember that, guys, in your personal and here in your crypto worlds. Okay, but this is very progressive energy. A lot of growth, you know, stacking it up here. Wild, fun, exciting, and yet very, very deep. And yet, even though we can get a lot of, I think, riches out of this and like growth and abundance from this trine with Jupiter, we also are helping other people because it's combined in there still with that Mercury and Libra that only is literally, you know, obsessed with just sharing and making it right, make sure everybody, you know, has the same, you know, like playing field, basically. So let's wrap it up here. We have Sun in Virgo conjunct Mars in Virgo. So again, that Virgo industrious, practical, is really right there with that, it's right there with Mars, and our actions here are going to be it's a good time, I think, to lay down some really good habits at this time from the 13th through the 11th of November. Okay. And let's see. Yeah. Last aspect was September 12th to October 11th, if I didn't say that, that Jupiter trine. Okay. Just want to throw that back around again, but this one again lasts until November. This, and it might change, because I don't think we're still going to be, obviously we're not going to be still in the same signs there. So we'll revisit that, but this is that for now, this comes across as this again, very practical, very industrious, and it works. It's I don't want to say slow and steady, because it may not be all that slow, but there is a controlled aspect to it. And it's always that kind of get it right, but there's a lot of new opportunities here. It's kind of getting what you want, coming a long way to really being able to show, have something to show for how far you've come. Okay. And the last aspect we're going to talk about is Mercury square, Mercury square Pluto. So Mercury and Libra, at the beginning of this, and Pluto still in Capricorn. So again, we're still focused on fairness. Like, it's focused on, you and me and humanity. And Pluto, in Capricorn really is all about those, again, the underlying, the systems, like the ideas even that create the systems, the deep, the subconscious that everything's built on without even people knowing it. And when there's, when you have these changes and kind of like things need to change, so they end up changing, and it can be changed in really, really big ways. And I think it's going to be a very exciting ride again, coming through, very much abundant. And I think also, there's that fairness aspect, more abundance for, the little guy, for the average Joe and Jane. And yeah, it's more about equality. It's more about leveling the playing field. Again, we've talked about this a lot. This is why a lot of the media and the banks and the government and everybody was against crypto, and they are against crypto because they want to have the power. They don't want the people to have the power. They don't want to miss out on all those bank fees and all this other stuff and other ways to control. So how it is. Thanks for stopping by. Let me know what you think. I'll be back soon with more videos. Have a good day.